All right, another book review of a book that I read, obviously. Whatever Kills the Pain by C.W. Blackwell. So I'm a big fan. Listen, I'm a big fan, as you're either you know already or you're gonna know. I'm a big fan of anthologies, which is short stories by various authors, and I'm also a huge fan of collections, which is a bunch of short stories by one author. In this case, C.W. Blackwell, who I should have an interview coming up with as well, and I'm definitely going to talk about this book. Whatever Kills the Pain. Not a bad short story in this. Seriously, there's not one story that I'm like, all right, let me get to the end and see if the next one's better. No, excuse me, phenomenal. So, if you're into horror, if you're into crime thrillers, if you're into, it's dark. There's some really dark noir parts to these stories. You know, they're not happily ever afters. They are they're brutal, and I love them. And it's brutal not in a let's Texas Chainsaw Massacre all these characters. It's brutal in a wow, these people just can't catch a break, and their lives are awful to begin with, and it's characters. Literally every story I read in this, I'm like, you know what? I would read more of this as a book. I would read I would read more in this world if you gave me 50,000, 100,000 words. I loved some of these characters. I'm not going to give spoilers, and again, I'm not even going to say my favorite stories because literally the whole damn thing is my favorite story. They're just that good. So I'm definitely going to be reading more C.W. Blackwell in the future, and I hope that we find more of these stories. For me, I love a short story because um, sometimes some novels you're reading, I'm like, oh, here's that sagging middle of the book. We're just trying to get from point A to point B, and now we need to pad this. We need a lot of filler. We need stuff that doesn't really mean anything for the book. A short story, you're doing it in 1,000 words, 5,000 words, 7,500 words, whatever, and you are telling this story. You're cutting all the fat out of that story, and these are those stories. So whether you're like a noir thriller reader, a crime thriller reader, a horror reader, there's something for everybody. And the way that C.W. Blackwell mixes all of these great characters in there, and a couple of times I read the story and I'm like, well, that wasn't. It was a plot, but that wasn't the driving force of this story. It was literally bumping heads of these two characters. And I love that. I love that we could get away with a very simple plot. There's still a plot. It's not a scene. None of these are scenes, but there's plots there. There's people you care about, and there's people like, oh my god, I hope this person dies. This person is awful. Or, yeah, I realize this person is bad or an awful person, but there's things in their backstory that really make you care about them, which I thought was phenomenal. So well done. I'm gonna do. You know what? This is a tough one. 5 stars. Perfect release. This is my first 5 star on anything since I started doing these reviews. That's how damn good this book is. So right there, I mean, like what is it, Portnoy, the pizza guy, when he's like, anything over an 8 is you travel 100 miles kind of thing. Anything over a 4 for me, that's a really good book. Okay, and I'm always reading stuff that I think I'm going to like to begin with. So we're going to get into that 4.2, maybe 4.4. We're going to get into a lot of those reviews that I've done already or that are coming up. This is the bar. This sets the bar for me for collections from an author. This is literally 5 stars. This is literally an amazing release. I cannot say enough. The author's not paying me for this. I've never even met the author. I don't believe. Again, I think I have an interview scheduled with C.W. Blackwell coming up soon, and the reason for that is because I read like 2 stories in this. I was like, I gotta talk to this guy. I gotta pick this guy's brain. I mean, phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal writing, and I am definitely gonna read more and more from this author. In fact, after I'm done recording this, I'm probably gonna go on Amazon and see what else is available. If it's short stories, if it's a longer book, whatever. I feel like I've read something from this author before, and I feel like somebody when I was writing live on Twitch, I feel like somebody uh, months ago mentioned one of C.W. Blackwell's specific books that I had to read that I would love. So I'm almost positive. I guess if I check my Kindle, I might even already have a book from the author. Excuse me. So there you go. Whatever kills the pain, C.W. Blackwell. 5.0 of 5.0 of the stars. You honestly, you can't beat that. I mean, there's nothing above that. I'm not one of these people. I hate when somebody's like, "Oh, I give 110%." It's 100% is the top. 100%. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Make a comment. Let's have a conversation. Have you read the book? Did you love it? And did you read the book and you didn't like it? That's on you. But I want to hear from people. I want more subscribers. More subscribers. I want to continue and then recommend some books. Go, you know what? If you liked Whatever Kills the Pain, you're going to love this short story collection from this author. So let's get this done, people. Let's get it done.